Hey Gov Gang, and welcome to Path of Exile video. Today we are doing the final update on my Delve build. So we're in town at the moment, so let's head over to the mine. There we go. Let's just come up here a minute and we'll go through the character. So we are fully MTX'd. We have the water elemental helmet, body armor, weapon effect, gloves, boots and footprints, with a deep water weapon skin and the Arctic shield skin with the, as per normal for me now, Imperator apparition portal effect, which this character doesn't use portals, but it was there for the leveling process. Moving on, I have a soda in this video. So let's have a look at the gear. Now there's two things missing. We are missing a gem in the socket, and we are missing the 6th link on our shavs. I decided early on in this league not to invest in a 6 link shavs because this character will be a permanent build in standard for me to do some deep delving over in standard, and I have already got a 6 link very well rolled shavs over there, so I didn't see the point in investing in one over here because the 5 link has been working really well. We are missing a 2nd enlighten for our setup here, our 2nd aura setup. So let's go through the gems and the gear. So we've got a trash wand. The only thing on this wand is the aspect of spider, which is why we need the 2nd enlighten for here, so we can actually turn on our aspect of the spider skill. It's the only aura we don't have, and at the moment it hasn't been needed. This has also got the cold damage on there, increased cold damage with crafted damage over time. I know I can get a much better wand, but at the moment with the currency I wanted to invest, that'll do. So in this wand we've got our Tempest shield. Now I've been leveling these gems myself again to keep the cost of the build down. So all these gems started off as level 1, and then I've leveled them myself through the leveling process of this character, and as you can see they have just flipped over to level 19. We have a level 5 clarity. I purchased a level 1 20% quality clarity from trade, and that's that done. So we go on to our helm. We are using Crown of the Inward Eye with a Malevolence mana reservation roll on there. Again, this crown is okay. It needs to be divined, so we get a max roll, 21% increased my life, mana and energy shield, and that'll come at some point. In the helm we are running a Purity of Ice, Malevolence, Discipline and a level 3 Enlighten, which was purchased as a level 1 20% or level 2, can't remember, and then I've leveled it over across the league across different characters as I've been leveling them up. As per standard, this is mainly an energy shield build, so we do have our Presence of Chiula, max rolled 16 attributes with the quality of attributes on there. We have our Aegis Aurora. It's not a great one, but it will do for now. I need a better roll on the armor and energy shield. And in here we have our Determination, our Defiance banner and Arrogance, so they're coming off of the life. Go down to the boots. We have a trash pair of boots. The main reason for getting these boots was because of the movement speed and an open suffix. That was the 2 primary goals, and then res and energy shield. So again, these will be replaced at some point. In here we have our, where is it, Frostblink with Cold Strike, Arcane Surge and Frost Shield. Now again, this was, the Frost Shield was purchased from trade as a level 1 20% quality. Moving on to the gloves, again trash pair of gloves really. We mainly went after it for the res, and it came with the damage during any flask effect, and then strength and dex crafted on there because this build does need a lot of strength and dex. So that's that. In the gloves we're holding our Cold Snap, Controlled Destruction, Elemental Focus and Bone Chill. And then finally onto our shavs. It's an okay rolled shavs. We've blessed the implicit, we've got a one low rolled energy shield roll, and then the lightning resist is okay, and it's been qualityed as well. In here we've got our vortex gem supported by swift affliction, hypothermia, controlled destruction, and elemental focus. And then the sixth link, if I look at the POB quickly, would be what am I missing? Oh, Empower. So we then have a level 3/in4 or 4 Empower in there, which is the sixth link that is missing. We have a trash belt. Well, in my opinion, it's not a trash belt. The rolls on the belt are trash. The belt itself is quite nice. We're stacking some armor via determination. So this belt does have the 300 armor, the ability to add another further crafted 250 plus armor with the energy shield on there. It's got some chaos rares, some life, mana, a strength roll, which is great, and more importantly, the cooldown recovery rate. Now the rolls I said are trash because we could do with more mana. That life would be better off being an energy shield roll. The cooldown recovery is great. It is the lowest roll, but that's a kind of just a divine blessing. It's got a tier 3 max roll chaos rares, and the strength is a bit on the low side as well, although it is max rolled for tier 6. So that's all the gear. The rings, again, these would be better off with the curses being implicit, but they are ridiculously expensive. So we've gone with ones that have them as suffix. Again, as you can see, this is mainly about getting resists and the frostbite. We're on a moonstone ring with the ability to craft on the non-challenging skills, have minus mana cost. And the same for this one, but with Ellie weakness. So again, it's energy shield resists with the ability to get another strength and dex roll on there. Although the strength and dex crafts are taking up suffix rolls that could be better spent elsewhere, it's either that or start spending passives on the 30 nodes. Now once I get decent rings, we'll be probably attributing these, so hopefully with a few fine tunings on the gear, I'll end up reclaiming at least one of the suffixes we have used for strength and dex. What I'd like to try and do is get the curse and then a strength or dex roll on one ring with the curse, and then the other one get the strength, the res and the curse, and then the strength or dex roll on there, and then on both rings we can then do the mana cost rolls if I feel they're required, once I've got the other enlighten in there and put on aspect to spider. As for flasks, as you can see, we have practically no life. This is a low life energy shield build, so we're reserving over 90% of our life, so we don't need a life flask. We've got a quicksilver flask here, 5 charges when hit plus reduced to shock, 6 charges when hit, increased armor on our basalt flask. Our granite flask is 7 charges and immunity to poison, and that's been then used when charges reach full. Same with our quartz. We've got 7 charges and immunity to ignite and removes burning, and it's got phasing. With my experience of this league, the amount of delve I've done, phasing is required on any delve build, and this procs quite a lot. So we've got 2 charges before we even need to be hit, but because we're in delve, we're constantly being hit most of the time, so we generate the charges quite nicely. And then finally we have a diamond flask. I'm not sure if this is the right flask, but it was the cheapest flask I could buy that had bleed immunity, so the prefix is just bad. But again, all of these will be reviewed once I get into standard, where I've got a lot more currency and access to some items I've been saving up over the years, and hopefully we can better the build. So let's have a look at the passive tree. Here we go. passive tree. So we leveled this as is. There have been a lot of orbs of regret that were spent during the leveling process, but we did level it as this build. As you can see, we came up through here, we did grab deep wisdom straight away, and we came over to here and then went straight down, around and up here to grab acrimony and unnatural calm. We still have one strength node, which again is due to gearing. Not sure if that's still required now, but I'll review it once we get into standard. We've got insightfulness down here. We've taken asylum due to the reduced effect of curses and the chaos res. Plus we've got cannot be maimed or hindered on there as well. We come up here for arcane guarding and 1% chance to block attack damage per 5% block on equipped shield. Come over here for purity of flesh, for energy shield and the chaos resist again. We end up taking the full sovereignty will, and this missing aura effect is actually on the strength node. So as soon as we can get rid of that strength node, that'll come over here and pop into the 6% increased effect on non-chaos errors. Reservation mastery for mana. We come down here for faith and steel for the elemental resist, the increased energy shield, armor, and then of course being able to get the 20% reduced effect of curses. We've come up here and we grab the large cluster jewel for increased cold damage with deep chill, prismatic heart, widespread destruction, and then whatever else you want on there. This one, the one I brought from trade, happened to have increased attack card speeds with cold skills. That works. And then so we do not take the back one, which is widespread destruction on this case. We're after prismatic heart and deep chill. They're the two you really want. The other one, we don't actually take the back node, so as long as you can get prismatic heart and deep chill on the front two nodes, the back node can be whatever you like. And this holds our Forbidden Flesh and Forbidden Flame Mastermind of Discord set. Now we come over to the other side. This jewel here is our Conqueror's Efficiency with 6% increase of non-damaging ailments. I'm not sure that's needed. The only reason I've got it is because of the reduced cost of skills and mana reservation, because we don't have that second enlighten. That'll probably pop out once we get that enlighten. The mastery down here is light radius is based on energy shield instead of life, and then 30% increased light radius. Light radius is god in Delve, so that is required. We've got leadership down here, and we take auras from skills have 15% increased effect on you. In here we slot in an energy within. This is a max roll, 6% increased energy shield, as you can see, and it needs to be corrupted with cannot be cursed with silence. If you're cursed with silence, you're not going to be doing any DPS, no DPS, and you die in Delve. It's that simple. We then also obviously take pain attunement for the more spell damage while on low life. We take melding, and then this all gets turned into energy shield because of energy from within. We come up here for arcane focus. We come up here and we take influence wheel with 30% increased life reservation, efficiency of skills, so we can that's enabling us to fit both the determination and the defiance banner in our limited life pool. We've then got a second cluster up here, but this is only a medium cluster, which is deep chill and vile invigoration. That would be a second large cluster, matching the one over here, and ideally these would both have attribute rolls on them to help us with our strength and dex requirements. So that would be a large cluster first, and then this small cluster with deep chill and vile reinvigoration. So we take both of those, deep chill there, and then a vile reinvigoration. Wow. And then we slot in a Watcher's Eye. Now again, limited on currency, so I've gone with this one, which is physical damage from hits taken as cold damage while affected by Purity of Heist, and unaffected by vulnerability while affected by a determination. Both of those mods are great. Being affected by vulnerability obviously means you're taking more fizz damage, and there's a lot of fizz damage down in Delve. So if we can get that, we don't have to worry about vulnerability, which is awesome. And obviously the more damage we can take as elementals is great. Ideally we would want 6% increased energy shield and 6% increased mana. The life is irrelevant because we reserve it anyway. We come down here for Written in Blood and gain 3% of max mana as max energy shield. We also come down here for Soul Thief, and then up here for Season of Ice, and cold exposure you inflict applies an extra 5% cold resist. Now this character is only level 85. In the next 5 levels I would be coming down here 1, 2, 3 for a Thread of Hope, and then with the Thread of Hope we get Divine Shield, which is down here. We'd also then pick up Glancing Blows, although I'm not sure I'd want to take that unless it does actually cap out. I haven't done the math. And then we would also take Light of Divinity up here, which again helps us out with the strength, gives us that radius and that spell damage. The only one I'm not too sure is Glancing Blows. In the POB it does say we are, with Glancing Blows, we are block cap, both block and spell. But taking GB is a bit of a, I don't know. I'll have to see how it goes. But that's where the next 5 levels go. 1, 2, 3, Thread of Hope, take Divine Shield, take Light of Divinity. And then if we get past 95, then we'll go Glancing Blows. And then the other thing to do would be to come down here and get this One with Evil. The reason for getting One with Evil is because although we are chaos capped right now, let's have a shoot, we are over capped. That is because some of our gear has got chaos res on it. There's 25% on the Vanguard belt, and I think there's 25 on the Moonstone Circle. That's 50 chaos res, so that would take us down to 38. But then by adding on One with Evil, we gain 11, 22, 45, which would then make us chaos capped again, as well as having +1 max to chaos res. And then we come in here and take the Corrupted Blood cannot be inflicted on you, or alternatively you could pick up the reduced curses, avoid being stunned, or elemental resists to help out gearing. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to do. In the POB I have it says elemental resists and chaos resist, but again that comes down to gear and investment. If I can get all my resists capped, then I'll probably end up with the either cannot be impaled, or cannot be stunned, or corrupted blood immunity. I'm not sure which one we would go for. Even if you get the corrupted blood, I'd have to find somewhere being immune to bleed. If I can't do that easily, then I might as well just have a flask and then save the passive point and possibly put it somewhere else. I haven't been stunned yet in Delve, so the avoid being stunned is possibly a bit meh. Again, haven't been impaled either, and we've got reduced curse effect on the other side of the tree, so that may be elemental resist, but that's the future plans. My bars are set up with all my auras on the second bar down here, as you can see, and then 2 more here. I do prefer having all my auras without having to click on it and pop them on, but as you can see I'll need to do that to get Spider Aura on once we have our Enlighten. It all comes down to having that Enlighten in there. So that's the build. I've just run a map to get some Sulfite, and we did level up to 85. So I'm just gonna do where we are at. I am very low in Delve, not even midway. As for our upgrading, I've gone for maxing out the darkness resistance so I can go into the side areas and pick up loads of resonators and fossils. Max light radius, I've got a capacity of 9k because I don't need it more than that in League. 8 flares, 4 dynamites. I've upgraded the light radius and the duration of the flares. I've not done anything with the dynamite because I don't need it, and also going into standard, this is all maxed out. Well, sulfite capacity and maximum flares isn't, but all of this is all maxed out. So off we go. Just check there's nothing in my box. No. So as you can see, I am very low delve. We are only at 139 depth. I've not concentrated on delve. I've just been spending the sulfite as and when I get it. So we'll spend a care of our sulfite and go into the next area. Off we go. Now I have found out that burning ground is really bad, worse than in maps. And as you can see, what we're doing is we are just spamming vortex, occasionally hitting our cold snap, frost blinking everywhere because of our arcane surge to get that damage effect. I haven't done any Pantheon upgrades simply because I don't have the maps, and I wasn't going to spend 12 chaos on a map just to go and upgrade my Pantheon when I know when I get to standard at the end of this league I've got all the maps and I've got tons of divine vessels, so I can go and do it in there, get some XP, get some level ups, and just do that. Alternatively, I could go and do the map with one of my other characters and then just log into this character, steal the divine vessel and do it that way. This is where we pop down our frost shield and we kind of run around inside the frost shield. There's loads of in-ground effects, so we're just having to keep an eye on the top left, which is why we also walk around the edge. Keep an eye on that mana energy shield, because if that goes down we die. Our frost shield has gone down, so we just pop it down wherever we are and again walk inside. Keep an eye on the these things here. As they explode they'll do damage. Then come the bats. This is a level 3 Azurite node, so there's probably going to be a rare at the end, whether that's the dragon or another one. We'll have to wait and see in a minute. I haven't popped down the frost shield. I'm waiting to see what there it is. It's a dragon. Okay. Vortex, cold snap, vortex, frost blink. Trying to stay in that frost shield. Burning ground, we move out of the frost shield, drop another one. There's another reason why we have phasing, so that frost ring doesn't bother us. Now we're just kind of waiting around for the dragon to come back. And it comes frost blink into him, drop vortex, cold snap, there we go. As I said, this is very low level delve. It's not even 1000 depth, it's not even 200 depth, but as I said, I've not been concentrating on delve at all. Nothing on there. So now we're going to go and farm the side areas, see if we can get lucky with anything. That is not a closed side area, we'll just pop out of that. Normally I wouldn't bother chasing those down, but I do need the XP, so... And this is why I like the cooldown recovery on that belt. It allows us to spam the vortex a lot easier. I'm always dropping flares in these side areas, even if I don't need to. I don't want to die, because I'm, again, like I said, still leveling. Dodge out the way of that exploding Azurite node. Pop. Wait for the energy shield to come back up. There we go. With Divine Shield, the recovery of our energy shield will be a lot better, and I think what I may do is respec the points once I get into standard, because I do have some throw hopes there, so I might end up respecing to pick up the Divine Shield and then sacrifice some of the DPS we have on the build. So there we go, that's the node complete, and that's the build really. with a ton more investment, this could go way further. Obviously, this wand is complete trash, so that'll need to be vastly upgraded. The rings are okay. That could do with a better roll on there. Same with the Aegis Aurora. The boots are trash. The belt could probably do better. It would be possibly better have being a stitch, so we can stick in a bestial with some more stats on there to help us out with the strength and dex rather than the Vanguard belt. But it needs to have that cooldown recovery rate on there because that is so nice. And as I said, the gloves are also a bit trash. That increased damage during any flask effect is kind of cool because 2 of our flasks are automated. But it probably would be better off with something like increased cold elements or something like that. Anyway, that's my thoughts. That's the build. And that's me done for 3.18 really. I may tinker with the 2 characters, just doing some more mapping to get sulfite to do some more delve, but yeah, essentially I'm just I'm done. As you can see, all my stuff is ridiculously cheap. I'll be selling that hopefully over the next couple of days, just to take some more chaos into standard. Yeah, got Wednesday we'll have the hardcore non-league leveling, and then Friday we'll do a sum up of builds, and that will possibly be the last 3.18 video I do. Aside from Gauntlet, I'll probably do some try Gauntlet this league, and there'll be a few videos about that. Thanks for watching. Stay safe in Rogue Harbour. Catch you in the next one.